Right guys, so today's video I'm going to show you a breakdown, top-down analysis, how I view the market we'll go from the monthly, the weekly, daily, 4 hour, and then we'll look at the 15-minute. So at the minute, this is obviously GBP, USD. Let's have a look, zoom out a little bit. As you can see, overall, we are going downwards. I do think eventually over the coming years, we're going to be getting up to these prices because of the massive imbalance been left over here. But we don't need to worry about that for now. So let's have a look at our swings. So this point here, that broke structure there. Then this point here broke structure and closed there. Closed just here. As you can see, we did wick here. So there was a possible buy situation there. Obviously we're wicked and closed within the range, which means there's a strong sign of buys, but we did react to the extreme. We did react from the extreme, and then we made lower prices. So there wasn't enough buy pressure there to get past this high. Pretty much, there was too many sell orders there. So then the highest point that broke this low is still actually this high. So when this gets closed above monthly, then for me personally, I'm looking for strong buys. So at the minute, you're bearish because you're still technically, you've not broke the high, so you're still in a bearish order flow. So then we want to look at areas that we have a reaction from. And the main areas you want to look for is basically a candle that has took liquidity to the left and it has imbalance beneath it. Obviously in this order because we're looking at sell limits, sell orders. So the only candle that does that is this one here. So that, as you can see, that takes orders to the left, and below we've got imbalance. You can include this candle if you want, because the imbalance is up to that candle. And obviously now we have caused a reaction. We're still technically in buy order flow on the lower time frame. As you can see, we've not broke the substructure on the monthly, so we'll get rid of them for now, and let's have a look on the weekly on GU. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so as you can see, the weekly swing, that broke structure there. So the lowest point of that area is this, because we started there, we took the substructure, we took that out, and then this area was the lowest point to break the high. So that's actually the weekly swing area at the minute. And what we can see is we have actually broke substructure on the weekly. So as you can see here, so this is closed above, this weekly candle has closed above the previous substructure, which is telling me that we are technically bullish, but we're in a bearish overall trend. But it's bullish for weekly, so you can get some great trades bullish. And if we drop down, so same again guys, let's have a look. We've got areas, the two areas we've got this high here. This is an extreme area to look for possible sells. We've got imbalance beneath it, so we'll do the imbalance in orange, say. So orange, here we go. Then another area is this candle here, which we're actually in now. Let's get that to purple or pink, apparently purple, because that candle did actually take a little bit of liquidity to the left. So that is basically a buy to sell candle, and it's got imbalance left underneath. Some of it has been took, as you can see. We've took some of it there, but there is a little bit left over, which we've actually closed inside the order block now. So there is possibilities, if the lower time frame allows us, for us to start making lower prices, or you get that scenario up here. It could still break through it, but there will be some sort of a reaction from these areas. Obviously, until we see the reaction, we don't know what's going to happen. So then, obviously, we want to drop down to the daily then, see what's happening in the daily. So the daily swing area is basically the weekly substructure. So that is now the daily swing. This is the daily swing. And as you can see, we've broke the swing. Then you want to look at the substructure. So the substructure is basically the smaller areas, basically smaller swings if you like. And that's a good area, because the one I've just marked, because this candle here has took liquidity to the left and we've got imbalance there. So we mark that, and obviously there is an area for a possible buy if it comes down to this. But at the minute, we're not looking for buys, we're potentially looking for sells. I am in a buy trade at the minute, just because, well, you'll see in a minute, we've got relatively equal highs that need taking out, and obviously there's a bit more imbalance above. So this is on the daily. Let's drop down to the 4 hour, guys, and see what we've got here. Let's zoom right in so we can see what we've got. Right, so where did structure break? Right, structure was actually broke there and closed above that point. And the lowest point was there. So until this point gets, this is the 4 hour, but this is only the trend. This isn't the 4 hour swing, that's the 4 hour trend. Until that area gets closed below, then we're still actually looking for buys. We might have a sell formation forming on the 15 minute, but we can dive into that shortly again. So technically, and I actually had a couple of buys, you'll see it on my Instagram story, yesterday I had some very good buys. I had a 3.14 return from down here, and I had a 6.6 return that ended up hitting 13.76 R. But yeah, so technically, because this 4 hour candle didn't close below, we're still actually bullish. So we're still aiming for it to take this high out and close the high after this point. And obviously these wicks were before this point. So that in turn, we're effectively looking for it. And this is why I'm in a buy trade at the minute. I'm looking for it to close above this point here. Let's just make this liquidity so it's not confusing us. But yeah, so I'm expecting this to close above this, or at least hit this point wicket, because we are in the overall an order block. We're in a higher time frame order block. There's definitely chance that this 4 hour could wick this today. Then we could sink into lower prices before either going higher or starting to make lower lows. So let's drop down. So we know what's happening on the 4 hour. Let's just mark this up as the 4 hour there. So when we're lower time frame, we know that's the target. So let's drop down to the 15 minute, guys. I'm trying to be as quick as I can and not boring, but just keep taking notes and keep your eyes peeled, guys, for what I'm doing and how I'm marking structure up. So that's the 4 hour trend, which in turn is the 15 minute swing. Obviously the 15 minute swing was broken here, which a lot of people, oh, hang on, what are we doing, guy? So a lot of people would have actually been trying to sell around here somewhere. But when you look at the high time frame, the 4 hour, you know that it's not closed below. So there's still strong bias for it to be bullish. So a lot of even smart money people get took out there. So keep that in mind, guys. If you see this 15 minute break of the swing, then zoom out and look on the 4 hour and see what the high time frame is saying. Plus, we've got, let me get rid of that. Plus, we've got some liquidity here. They're not equal highs, but they're not far off. But there's a lot of money above this area. There is a lot of money there. Hence why I'm thinking, and my trade is actually going to take this high out, or I'm hoping it's going to take this high out. And then we might close above, or we might wick it and then start sinking. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, guys. We'll see what happens. Check my Instagram story and see if this trade wins. But yeah, let me know below if you're trading GU and how you're doing with your trading journey. And obviously like and subscribe. And I appreciate the views and the followers. I'll catch you on the next one.